When a close friend stops speaking to you, their silence can feel more painful than the argument itself. You replay your last conversation repeatedly, searching for the exact moment when everything between you suddenly changed. You send a careful message, wait for an answer, and slowly realize they are deliberately choosing silence. At first, you assume they need time, personal space, or a few quiet days to calm down. And sometimes that is true, because not every silence is cruelty, punishment, or permanent rejection. Some people genuinely need a little time before they can communicate without anger, confusion, or defensiveness. But needing space is different from punishing you with silence and trapping you inside endless uncertainty. A caring friend may request distance, but they still communicate that the friendship genuinely matters to them. They might say they need time, but they do not force you to guess what their silence means. But when they ignore you for days without explanation, that silence begins communicating its own painful message. You must eventually ask whether you are respecting their space or sacrificing your own emotional peace. Before chasing an answer, the first responsible step is honestly examining your own part in the conflict. Ask yourself whether you spoke carelessly, broke their trust, ignored their feelings, or dismissed something important. If you made a real mistake, do not defend it simply because admitting it makes you uncomfortable. A meaningful apology takes responsibility without adding excuses, blame, or a hidden accusation against the other person. You can simply say, "I recognize that I hurt you, and I am genuinely sorry for it." Avoid saying, "I am sorry, but you also hurt me," because that turns responsibility into negotiation. Your responsibility is to offer an honest apology, not to force them to accept it immediately. After reflecting honestly, send one clear message instead of repeatedly contacting them from anxiety and fear. Tell them you want to understand what happened and that you are willing to listen without defensiveness. Let them know the door is open whenever they feel ready to have an honest conversation. Then stop messaging, because repeating yourself does not create willingness where the other person has none. Do not send longer explanations every day, hoping one perfect sentence will finally change their decision. Do not apologize for things you never did, merely because their silence makes you desperate for peace. Do not ask mutual friends to pressure them, investigate them, or secretly carry messages between you. Do not post indirect messages online, hoping guilt, jealousy, or curiosity will finally bring them back. Reconciliation is a two-person process, and one person cannot repair an entire friendship alone. You can accept responsibility for your actions, but you cannot carry responsibility for their continued refusal. Constantly checking your phone will not create an answer. It will only keep your anxiety constantly active. After sending your message, return your attention to your own routines, responsibilities, relationships, and emotional well-being. Waiting respectfully does not mean putting your entire life on hold until they finally choose you. You leave the possibility of conversation open, but you stop standing helplessly in front of that door. If your friend truly values you, they will eventually feel a desire to repair the distance too. They may need time, but they will not remain comfortable with losing someone they genuinely care about. They will send a message, begin a conversation, or make some honest effort to meet you halfway. A person who values the friendship does not expect you to perform every step toward reconciliation alone. They may still feel hurt, but genuine care eventually creates openness, honesty, and a willingness to communicate. But if they repeatedly refuse every opportunity, you must accept what their actions are showing you. You cannot convince someone to value a friendship they have consistently chosen not to participate in. No matter how much you care, do not continue chasing someone who keeps choosing distance from you. Do what friendship requires. Reflect honestly, apologize sincerely, communicate clearly, and give them reasonable space. Once you have done that, stop trying to control whether they return, forgive, or reconnect. If they come back prepared to communicate respectfully, you can listen and decide what rebuilding requires. But if they never return, do not spend months waiting for someone who has chosen absence. Someone leaving does not automatically mean you failed. Sometimes it means the relationship reached its natural ending. You can care about them, miss them, and still refuse to abandon yourself while waiting. Leave the door open for honest reconciliation, but continue living instead of waiting beside it. Do your part as a friend, but never chase someone who keeps choosing not to meet you.